Happy Saturday, everyone. Welcome to Joyful Notes. Joyful Notes, as you know, it's a platform that is created to share about the work that Joy is doing in serving the underprivileged children locally here in Texas, but also in Africa as well. What we do is we provide education assistance to needy children to ensure that they have the proper need, supplies and care that they need to be able to attend their education. Today, as we are all in the US here talking about back to school, talking about our kids, worrying about the new teacher. Some of them, this is their first day in kindergarten or in elementary or in high school or middle school. So I think that it's important that we start having this discussion around some of the things that parents are worried about, especially the health and wellness of their children. So today I have with me a special guest in Dr. Dee Gibune, also known as Dr. D. Dr. D is a chiropractor and also a health and wellness specialist. She takes the holistic approach of the chiropractic industry, to care for her clients. So Dr. D today will share with us her perspectives and give also parents and the kids some tips on how to live healthy and balanced life, as we go through the start of the school year. With no further ado, I will bring to the screen Dr. Dee Gibune. Dr. D,
Thank you, Alfie.
welcome.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
welcome to the Joyful Notes platform.
Thank you.
Um, in this platform, every time we start this show, we normally want our guests to basically introduce themselves and share with our viewers who they are. So will you give us the honor and share with us who Dr. Dee Gibune is?
Thank you, Alfie. Thank you for having me on this platform. I'm excited to be here today. And as you said, I'm Dr. D. Full name is Debor, but most people call me Dr. D. I am from the Gambia, so I was born and raised there. And moved here shortly after high school to further my education. And I currently live in the DFW area here in Texas. I am a mom, I'm a wife, and an entrepreneur, and the owner of Flourish Chiropractic. So I am a chiropractor. I'm very passionate about all things that have to do with health and wellness, especially when it comes to women's health and also the field of children's health. So I have additional specialties within the chiropractic field to care for those two populations, so pregnant women and children. And I also enjoy helping people out in the nutrition field. I did a lot of nutrition in my schooling as I was learning to become a doctor of chiropractic. And so I'm very passionate about helping families use nutrition to really as a way of seeking wellness and really having optimal wellness. So
Thank you, Dr. D. What an incredible information that you shared in there about your credential. Very impressive. So, Dr. D, research shows that only about 2% of African Americans actually are in this field of chiropractic work.
mhm.
So, what drew you to chiropractic field? to the chiropractic field?
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. There are not a lot of minorities in the chiropractic profession. So the chiropractic profession is actually male dominated, and also, more, we don't have a whole lot of African Americans and Africans, like you said. And so, I like to tell people that I feel like I did not choose chiropractic, but chiropractic chose me, because I stumbled onto chiropractic after I graduated from my undergraduate program, and was just looking for, I wasn't sure which area of healthcare that I wanted to go into. And I stumbled upon this chiropractic clinic in Minnesota at the time. And it was brand new to me. I didn't know anything about chiropractic at the time. So I got to learn all about the profession and how chiropractic can help people get well. And I really was just fascinated with the results that we got in that clinic, and how the patients were able to utilize chiropractic to really just improve their quality of life, whether they were coming in for some ache or pain of some sort, or they were coming in just to try to improve their quality of life and their wellness. I was just very fascinated at, how much chiropractic helped. And at the time, to be honest, I was really thinking that chiropractic would be an amazing thing to take back home to the Gambia, where I'm from, because as Gambia is a developing nation, and like most developing nations, the healthcare system there, is somewhat struggling, I would say. And so I thought that if I could bring another mode of healthcare that is drug-free, surgery-free, since those are mostly, some of the things that we struggle with there, with the pharmaceutical industry in Gambia being very under-regulated, and, not having a whole lot of options when it comes to surgery and just management of acute conditions. I thought that chiropractic would be an amazing thing to bring back there to help the healthcare system, to help the people in Gambia. I'm currently here in the US, practicing in the US, and the US also has its own issues as far as their healthcare system as well. The US struggles as far as our rates of obesity, heart disease, and cancer, and those chronic illnesses, which a lot of those are diseases that are mainly as a result of our lifestyle. So, having chiropractic here too and practicing here gives me a lot of satisfaction, a lot of joy to be able to help not only patients that have some kind of pain, back pain, headaches, neck pain. Those are the things that most people know chiropractic for, but also the fact that we're working with the spine and your nervous system, which controls all the functions of your body. We're able to help the body just function more optimally, and all the organs function better here. And really, chiropractic can be used as a preventative wellness tool here as well. So, long story short, I stumbled onto it, and now I'm here.
You stumbled into chiropractic work. You did not choose chiropractic. Chiropractic actually chose you.
Yes.
Optimal living, preventive maintenance. These are all things that I think our viewers and me myself is very interested in. But today I want us to focus on our children.
Mm-hmm.
They are going back to school. And parents like us are worried a lot about not only being their first day in kindergarten or high school, or being that, okay, they're having a new teacher whom we don't know. We don't know how they're going to relate with them. Also, the COVID
Mhm.
pandemic, it's on. Everybody's worried about their kids going to school and catching COVID and bringing it home and making everybody sick.
Mhm.
But their health and their nutrition is core to the concerns of every parent.
Mhm.
So, you say optimal wellness? So, do children need chiropractic for their optimal wellness?
That's a great question. I get that question a lot because, I talk about seeing not only the adult population, but I also treat and adjust. I tell people I adjust and take care of people through the lifespans, from newborn babies all the way through, you know, all the way through. Oh, I think I have a echo here. Can you hear me
Right.
well?
Yeah, I can hear you. You good?
Okay. Um, so all throughout the lifespan, from babies to the elderly. But going back to the kids, and whether kids need chiropractic, I say absolutely. I usually say, instead of asking why a child would need chiropractic, the question that I ask is why not? Um, because chiropractic works on the spine, and every human being that is alive has a spine, so why not? We get our kids' eyes checked, we get their teeth checked regularly, we get their ears checked regularly. So why not check their spine, which is a very important part of our bodies, because our spine surrounds and protect the most important system in our bodies, our nervous system. So the spine surrounds and protects that spinal cord, which the spinal cord, along with your brain, control the function of every single organ in your body. So why not check that system? Why not check that spine to ensure that the body's functioning optimally? So you think of kids, and most kids that I see don't come in because they're in pain, even though I do see some that have some ache or pain, whether it's neck pain or back pain or headaches. But most of the little kids that I see will come in because maybe they have colic, maybe they have reflux. If you think of their digestive system, for example, colic, reflux, constipation. If you think of immune system, allergies, asthma, ear infections in the very little babies. If you think of mood and attention and focus, kids will get great results with chiropractic. That helps with their sleep, helps with anxiety, especially during this time with COVID, helps with hyperactivity. And so my answer is really anyone that has a spine could benefit from chiropractic, because that's what we work on. And so chiropractic is far more than just neck or back pain or headaches. It's really about wellness, and it's really about working on making sure that spine is aligned, so that the spinal cord and the nerves, that nervous system that lives within that spine, can function properly and send the information that it needs to the organs, so that your body just functions like it should. So absolutely, I think that kids should get their spines checked, especially during this time, and get their spines aligned to allow the body to function optimally. So I have a 4-year-old, and he's been adjusted since he was a baby, and he gets adjusted regularly. So
You commented on all these other illnesses like asthma, allergies, colic for babies. you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about here, right? I've heard that before. You're the second one that actually told me
Mm-hmm.
that chiropractic actually is good for those illnesses, and it helps not only to reduce the impact that it will have for your optimal living, but also it may actually rid of those things. And I
Right.
know a chiropractor that said that they get into chiropractic work because of asthma. They have a brother who had asthma, and when they learn about that, that get them into that because they want to help people that have
Mm-hmm.
such type of illness. So great information share. And I know that we will have another session where you can come and talk more broadly on this. But I want to focus on these children that are going back to school. What
Mm-hmm.
are some of the tips or some of the considerations that parents need to be making or thinking about as these kids are going back to school um, daily? Some of the items that they probably may be taking with them to school, just some of the daily habits that these kids are practicing. What should parents do about that? And then I heard you said that you have a 4-year-old who's been adjusted since birth.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also chiropractor a maintenance type of requirement for children as well, just like we go to the dentist every 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Is that similar to chiropractic that we should be doing it every so often? I know it's a long loaded question, but let me know if I need to repeat. But that's what I had to share with you. That's what I wanted to share with our viewers today.
Yeah, so I'll start with just the maintenance question that you have. And so I I tell people that, if your spine was on your face, just like your teeth are on your face, people would take better care of their spines. People take better care of their teeth than they do of their spines. And when you think about it, not that your teeth are not important, but your spine um, works alongside the system that's the most important system in your body, the nervous system. So, for your heart to beat, for your lungs to breathe, for you to even hear me speaking right now, that's the system that's running the whole show, the whole body. So, why not take care of it? And also, why not maintain it? Um, we go to the dentist, every 6 months to do our cleaning. And so chiropractic is a lifestyle where it is something that I absolutely believe is necessary to maintain your spine so that it does not degenerate, and so that it can help the system that controls your whole body function better. So yes, absolutely, and it varies what a kid would need. It varies. It depends on their activity level. Some kids are in sports, some kids are not. Some kids are coming in with a certain health issue or not. Some kids are coming in with aches or pains. And so those are all the different things that determine the frequency of how often a child should get adjusted to maintain their spine, just like you would, like you mentioned, go to the dentist to get a cleanup, get a checkup, get your teeth cleaned. And so those are the things that affect the frequency, but absolutely, it's something that I think is vital to maintain your health. The other question that you had was, what tips do I have for parents as kids are going back to school? There are a lot of things that can be done. So I think that we have to challenge ourselves to not be complacent and just say, oh, my kid has their well check with their medical doctor. They have their dentist cleanings, and okay, that's all I have to do. There's so much more that can be done, and some of the things are just simple things. Something as simple as just checking your kids' backpacks. Right now, we're going back to school, And backpacks can have a negative impact on our spinal health. And so checking your kid's backpack to make sure that it's not too heavy, first of all, and also that it is set up properly for your child's body type, for your child's size, because if that is not done, that can start the process of breaking down the spine, and that can result in a whole lot more other things. So you might be able to see that visual on the screen there, and it's talking about what heavy backpacks are doing to our kids. And you can see in that picture just the posture of that kid when that backpack is too heavy. So the recommendation is that kids' backpacks should not weigh any more than 10 to 15% of their body weight. So if a kid weighs 100 pounds, then the backpack should probably not weigh more than 10 to 15 pounds there. And so you probably already have your backpack. Some people have their backpacks already. Some people are shopping, back to school shopping right now, if kids are going back to school next week or the following weeks here. So some of the things to take into consideration are making sure that you get a very lightweight backpack that's not too heavy, making sure that the kids don't fill it up too heavy, so the 10 to 15% rule there. Using both straps, so wearing it with both straps so that we can evenly distribute the weight properly, and not putting more weight on one side than the other. Bringing the straps, tightening the straps so that the backpack fits snugly around the shoulders there and not drooping, below the waistline too much, so that the weight again is evenly distributed there, and the child is able to stand more upright. And then go back to the other picture, Alfie, on there. When you're loading that backpack, and these are the conversations that I would say, have these conversations with the kids so that they know what to do and they know why they're doing these things. So when they're loading their books into the backpack, loading the heaviest books at the back where the backpack is touching their back, and the lightest items at the front there of the backpack. What else? Those are the basics, I would say. And, they've done studies, and studies have shown that, a lot of kids actually complain about back pain from backpack use. And some of the kids even end up having to go to the emergency room for emergency room visits because of back pain or neck pain. But really, at the end of the day, we're just setting the foundations right now for your spine to either be in good health or not, because the heavy backpacks will cause that forward rolling of the shoulders, which over time will cause degeneration of the spine. It will also cause that head to go forward, that forward head posture. And so neck pain and headaches are also very common because of heavy backpacks or improper use. And also just about that whole rounding of the shoulders there, that also restricts the lung function. So breathing capacity, most people don't think about that, but breathing capacity can go down just from, improper ergonomics of backpacks and kids. So, this takes a simple few minutes to check and just talk to kids about this, so they know the importance. And so I would start there, checking those backpacks as kids are going back to school. I would say let's just go beyond just the well checks, and look for a chiropractor to to check your child's spine to see if that is in alignment or if it needs some realignment. And also, there's a lot we can do as far as checking and just refining and improving the options that we give to our kids as far as school lunches go and just their nutrition in general. There's a lot that we can do to help with that. And really, the goal is really just to help kids, to help their bodies to get all the things that they need for their bodies to function optimally, because our bodies are made to function optimally. We don't need to tell our bodies to do anything. We don't need to tell our hearts to beat. We don't need to tell our stomachs to digest food. We don't need to do any of that. Our bodies innately know how to do those, as long as we give it the things that it needs to thrive and be well. So
Thank you, Dr. D. Great advice there for parents and for children themselves. Our body knows how to do, all the organs in our body knows how to function well. We just need to care for them and feed them well, right?
absolutely.
So the backpack thing, I think it's a big deal because I don't think that we've ever really paid attention to the impact that it has on kids. And like you said, having these conversations with our children, making them understand the impact that it has. Because sometimes the parents could be doing everything that they can to make sure that the kids have the lightest backpack and everything is fine. But the kids may want to put something extra in it because they want to take some extra stuff to school and not knowing that the heavier that their backpack is, this is the impact that it will have to their bodies and to generate their spine. And they're still young and we need them to be here because they are our future. So having these conversations, sharing these videos with your kids, actually, I think is very critical. Not only you as a parent listening to it, but sitting down with your family, your kids, let them listen to this guidance, and hopefully they'll pick up some good habits that will help them with living a healthy and a well lifestyle. So Dr. D, I thank you, for your sharing, and we will come back and talk about a little bit about the nutrition. I know you started leading into that, but as you know, we have sponsors that actually do sponsor this broadcast, and one of them is Urban Afro Clothing. I want to share a quick video about them, and this organization, what they do is they have a platform to help people that are in businesses that need a place like on Amazon and the like to be able to list their products and sell it there. But also for a customer, a user, for the users, this is a place where you can go and find some great quality items that you can pay for at a very reasonable price. And just remember that whenever you visit urbanafroclothing.com, you're actually contributing to Joy because Urban Afro Clothing is a partner with Joy, providing sponsorship to children that are in need, both locally here in Texas, but also in Africa. So let me just take a minute and share a quick video about what Urban Afro Clothing is, and you'll find all the information that you need to know about Urban Afro Clothing to go to their website. Thank you, Urban Afro Clothing, for all your work in ensuring that we keep our children in the classroom, but also providing them all those extra reinforcement, training and discipline that they need to be more self-sufficient as a citizen of our communities. But again, for those of you watching and for those of you that will be watching, please don't forget, check out Dr. D. Dr. D is the owner of Flourish Chiropractic and Wellness. She's on Instagram. Her website is flourishchiropracticwellness.com. The email is flourishchiropractictexas, which is TX, @gmail.com. But you can also reach her at 469 469-431-3666. 469-431-3666. And again, she is the owner of Flourish Chiropractic and Wellness, a holistic practitioner, and she's a mom, so she will be able to give you great care. So we will go back to talking more about the nutrition aspect of Dr. D's practice. So, Dr. D, you are not just a chiropractic professional, but you are also a nutritionist. Like I said earlier, as parents, we worry so much about what our kids will be eating at the cafeteria. Do we need to give them lunch to take to the school? Our kids are very picky about this. They don't like this, they don't like this. How can I help them? So, what tips do you have for parents, as they send their kids back to school, to be able to ensure that their kids are well, they have the right nutrition to go along with? Because we know that this is very critical for the kids to be able to focus in school, but also to be able to develop and, and all of that. So, do you have some tips for parents on nutrition that you want to share?
Absolutely, Alfie. And you already touched on, a point. You talked about focus. So I will talk about that a little bit more in just a second here. But absolutely, nutrition it's a vital component of your health and wellness. And what you eat can either build disease or build health. And so, why is nutrition even important? Like I said, what kids eat directly affects so many areas of their life. It affects their focus, like you said. And so, if most of what children are eating is foods that are high in sugar or foods that have a lot of artificial colorings and additives, that negatively affects their focus and attention. I actually have I think I have an image, Alfie, that talks about that talks about why nutrition and the research on kids. Yeah, that one right there. Yeah. So it absolutely affects their focus. Energy levels. Junk foods and foods that are high in carbohydrate, those foods tend to quickly increase your blood sugar. And then as a response, your body produces insulin, and insulin will break down those carbohydrates and convert them. And so your blood sugar will rise, and then once insulin is produced, the blood sugar will crash, and that will cause sluggishness and low energy levels, fatigue, crankiness in kids. So yes, energy levels and mood. When we talk about some of the neuroreceptors and the hormones that your body need, serotonin is your happy hormone, and 90% of serotonin is made in your gut, in your digestive system. So what you eat definitely directly affects, your health and your mood in a good or in a bad way. So, brain function and just mental function there, eating high quality foods that contain healthy fats and antioxidants and vitamins and minerals, those foods nourish the brain, and those foods allow the brain to be able to get rid of waste products so the brain functions like it should. And lastly, just your immune function and your digestive function there. They've done studies that show that when you eat sugar or foods that contain sugar, that decreases your white blood cell activity. So your white blood cells are what helps you fight illnesses, bacteria and viruses. That decreases your white blood cell activity by 50% within 20 minutes of consuming sugar. So, there's a lot that can be done to really just clean up our diets. And I know a lot of times we might not have a lot of control because kids are eating school lunches, and some schools don't have a whole lot of good options. A lot of schools don't have a lot of good options. When you compare the US to other countries in Europe, for example, and look at school lunches, the US is not really doing well. So you might feel like you don't have a lot of options at the school. So maybe pack a lunch instead. If you're wanting your child to have better options, maybe pack a lunch some of the days. At least you can control what they're eating some of the days. And then you have control over what they eat for breakfast before they go to school. And when they come back from school, what they eat for dinner and for their snacks. So I have that visual up there that says, I can't figure out why my kids are always sick. Nutrition plays a huge role in that, as you can see, in the health and wellness of kids. And so that's a why. That's the reason why we're talking about what we're talking about. But there's a lot that can be done, and I have some tips that I can share, Alfie, if that's okay, of simple things that we can do, some of the things that we can look at when we're creating a school lunch for a kid, what questions we ask, and how do we set up our plates. So I have, right there. So this visual is really good. And, if you're just starting this journey, it might be a good idea to maybe save this visual. But it talks about how you create a healthy plate. And this can actually be applied to adult plates as well. And so this is just a breakdown of what that looks like. And so, it's broken down into about thirds. It says 40% of your plate should be carbohydrates, 30% should be proteins, and 30% should be fat. So this is just the 40-30-30 ratio. It's a good rule of thumb for most people. Some people need a little bit different ratios, but this works for most people. And so, the protein, the healthy protein sources, the meats, the eggs, seafood, nuts, beans, healthy fats. We can get those from animal products. We can get it from avocados and butter and those kinds of things, those healthy fats. And then also I just wanted to go back to those carbohydrates. We said 40%. And when I say that, people the initial response is like, wow, I can eat 40% of my plate as carbs. And then I tell them, well, do you know what those carbs should be? Those carbs, it's not just the bread and the pasta and the rice. It's the leafy greens, so the vegetables, the leafy green vegetables, the root vegetables, the complex carbohydrates, so the whole grains. So those pictures there will show you, those are good examples of this, how to plate this 40-30-30 rule, whether it's for breakfast or lunch. You can see the ratios there, and you can also see another thing that I usually say is make it be a colorful plate. So, we want to see the greens, we want to see the reds, the oranges, the yellows, the different colors, because those those foods, the foods that have those bright colors, those are the foods that you'll find the most nutrients. So those are the most nutrient dense foods. That's where you find the vitamins and the minerals, and all the things that, all the essential nutrients that your body needs. So this is just a good healthy tip there for parents. The 40-30-30 rule. Also making sure that the plate is as colorful as possible. I would also advise that, you look into meal prepping and meal planning. So planning ahead, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to make it ahead of time, but just knowing, what you want to make or want to put together for a meal, so that you're not waiting till the very last minute, and just throwing together whatever it is that is available. So planning includes the grocery shopping, planning includes, the meal planning to know what it is that you want to make, so that you can actually make nutritious meals, not just for the kids, but for the family as well. I do have, for people that want, more help, that want, that don't want to have to figure out, okay, so what do I make for my child, every day. I do have an ebook that I created, and it's on my website. I have the cover there. Yeah. I have an ebook that has 10 meals. So that's about 2 weeks, 2 school weeks, I guess, of healthy school lunches. And it has the pictures of the meals. It has what's in them. It has the grocery list, among some other things. I have a lot of other good information in the ebook there that you can get access to on my website. So if you go on my website and just click on ebook, you can get access to that, and it's pretty cheap. I have it discounted. It's only $15.99, I believe, for the ebook. And you can take the guesswork out of what do I feed my kids. It has everything that you need there. And then the last tip that I really have is just, my philosophy is that food is first. Food is the best way to nourish your body. But there are families and kids that need the additional support. So if you have a child that eats really well, eats all the food groups, and you're a parent that, is really good at providing those balanced meals for your children, then you might not need this additional support. But if you're not one of those parents, or if that's not your child, then I would say look at supplementation to really fill the gaps that are missing as far as nutrition goes. So if you have a picky eater, I know a lot of people struggle with that, or, kids don't want to eat vegetables or get all the food groups in, then I would consider looking at supplementation. So what I usually recommend for kids is just basic. It's just a whole food multivitamin supplement, so that they can get the nutrients that they're missing, and then a high quality probiotic. So Mega Foods. So I'll talk about the branding in just a second here, but a high quality probiotic, and then also a purely sourced fish oil. Those are typically the things that are missing as far as nutritional needs. The probiotics, most of us don't eat a lot of live foods or fermented foods. So those will help with immune function, with digestive function, and a whole lot of other things. The fish oil or your omega-3s, our diets don't have a lot of omega-3s. which help with inflammation and healing. It helps with brain function. It helps with so many different things. And so a high quality omega 3 supplement or fish oil, and then also the multivitamin that will just fill in the gaps as far as any vitamins or minerals that are missing, which a lot of those we usually get from, fruits and vegetables. And so the last thing that I want to talk about before I'm done with this is just, to be just very diligent as far as supplements go. Nutritional supplements are not very highly regulated. They're actually not regulated by the FDA. So there are a lot of supplements out there that, either don't even have the things that they say that they have, or they have a lot of fillers and additives, food coloring, impurities, and all of those things. So sourcing of supplements is really important to make sure that you are getting supplements from companies that have third-party testing. So like third-party lab testing, companies that test for purity and potency of, the ingredients in there. So I have access to a lot of these brands. I have an online supplement dispensary that I can order supplements from. So that's also on my website if you guys have any questions or any needs like that. But Alfie, you can put up some of those supplements. Those are some of the brands that I've done the research, and brands that have transparency in their practices and their ingredients and their products that you can trust to get supplements from. So, and all of these that I showed on here are professional grade supplements, and so you do have to order them through a health practitioner. So you can easily do that on my website if you so need. But supplementation for the moms and the parents that feel like their kids are needing a little bit more nutritional support there. You're on mute.
Thank you, Dr. D. Indeed, you taking the holistic approach to health and wellness. You are not just giving us tips here. And these tips are not just geared towards our children, but also something that we as adults can benefit from. So what a better way to manage the whole entire family health and wellness than watching this video that with all these nuggets that Dr. D is giving us together as a family. If you're watching it now, please share with your friends. Like my son will tell me, sharing is caring. Please share. Let them all benefit. You guys have friends. You guys have family members that have young ones that need this type of information. Please share it with them. Dr. D shared here not only about what the children can benefit from, but also adults can benefit from. She talked about our gut check. She talked about planning, which is very key for us to be able to implement a successful balanced nutrition at home, not only for ourselves, but also for our family. She gives tips on supplement for those that probably cannot make it every time to have that balanced nutrition. And she just did not give you tips on that, on those supplements, but she gave you examples of those supplements. So again, don't forget, Dr. D, this is how you reach Dr. D. Dr. D, Doctor of Chiropractic, holistic practitioner, and a mom. You can catch her on Facebook, Instagram, her website, she mentioned earlier, with a lot of resources. You know, she talked about the ebook, take the guesswork out of getting a well-balanced nutrition. Go to her website, Flourish, chiropractictx@gmail.com. Or if you just want to chat with her, she's very pleasant, easy to talk to, have very good uh, professional manner in dealing with her client. I mean, she just have it all together for you. Just call her, 469-431-3666. Dr. Dee Gibune. Thank you, Dr. D, for those great tips and the knowledge and the expertise that you are so just willing to share here. I would hope that folks, you reach out to Dr. D and get more detail with her on your needs for her services. So, Dr. D, um, I know you talked about children a lot here. You kind of talk invariably also about adults here and there. But who are your ideal clients?
So, um, as you know, I'm a chiropractor, and I have a deep passion to help families achieve wellness and a better quality of life and just a better level of health. And so I do see patients of all ages, um, you know, men and women. I also have a special interest and additional training in the care of two specific populations, and that's children and pregnant women. So a lot of who I see includes those populations. Um, Kids I talked about earlier on and how chiropractic can help them, pregnant women as well, whether it's back pain, that's the most common condition in pregnancy that women complain about, but also just working on supporting the body as the body changes during pregnancy, working on the spine and the pelvis to really just make sure that is also aligned properly to allow baby to grow and be in the proper position for labor and delivery as well. So not just the pain aspect of it, but so those are my I would say those are my two ideal clients, but I see the entire family, so I do care for all ages.
All right, thank you. You do care for all ages. Like I said, here at Joy, we care for children, but we also care for the communities that these children live in. So, which means that we don't just take care of kids, but we also take care of the adults because we believe that it takes that village to raise that child. So, we just don't focus also on the education of the child in the four corners wall of the classroom,
Mm-hmm.
but we do that outside of the classroom by providing them some of that enrichment program that they will need to be, to develop, to be more self-sustained. We provide clean water to the communities in which they live in because we want to make sure that the kids that we are investing in, they don't die prematurely, and then our investment goes to waste. So we want to make sure that they're also being taken care of outside of the classroom, not only them, but also their parents that take care of them. So with that said, we do have our gala coming up. And for those that are watching, you're very familiar with our gala.
Mm-hmm.
This year is scheduled for November 6th, and it's going to be at the Hilton Garden Inn here in Allen, Texas. This is our signature event. This is our biggest event. This is how we raise funds to be able to continue the work that we are doing. So I'm reaching out to folks that are watching or who will be watching. Share this video. Also help share our gala event. We have a fundraiser right now going on our, if you go to our website, which is giftofjoy.org, you will find the gala information there, as well as you would find how you can participate towards this gala. We do have folks and companies that actually do believe in us, that actually do also sponsor these events. And, we want to make sure that, folks also know that we just don't look for sponsorship from companies, but we also do encourage individuals, to participate if they wanna participate. So with that said, I think that it's appropriate at this point for me to kind of share again another quick video of um, our sponsors, especially the ones that uh, help us to meet our fundraiser goal every year.
Vive Broadband is freeing up and speeding up the way you live it up. Get the most out of your new smart assistant, stream your favorite shows with Roku, and protect your home and office with a connected Nest camera. With Vive Broadband, the speed you'll need in the future is already here. Visit vivebroadband.com to see services available in your area. TierPoint is your company's comprehensive IT partner. Every company is at a different point on the path to digital transformation. Wherever you are, TierPoint is there to help you along your journey. The vast network of data centers, cloud pods, and IT experts, they deliver customized solutions to help you grow today, tomorrow, and in the years to come.
So thank you to Vive Broadband, and also thank you to TierPoint for your continued support of our annual gala. Um, so with that in mind, I hope that we will have folks following this joyful notes, but also I'm expecting to see a lot of sharing going on because again, like I said, this information is critical. This information is very important for parents. It's very important for families to be able to watch and just learn a thing or two on how to live a healthy and balanced lifestyle as well. So, Dr. D, we are almost at the juncture of wrapping up this event, this show. So, do you have anything that you want to share or a message that you want to leave to our viewers before you exit this platform?
Yeah, so I just wanted to first of all say thank you, Alfie and Joy, for bringing me on this platform to share some back to school wellness tips, and to all our viewers and our families and kids going back to school. Some are already started this week, and some are yet to start. And just getting into the groove of things. I know, there's a lot that can be happening during this time, but this is a really good time to reset from the summer and have a fresh start to continue on your wellness journey. This is a great time to create healthy habits that will help not just the kids, but just the families in general thrive and be well, especially during this season, during this pandemic. I want to just say again that it's never too late to start, and that there is a lot more that you can do to really just take charge of your health, to help your body. Your body, like I said earlier, is designed to flourish, to thrive, and be well. And so there's a lot that you can do to support it so that it can actually be well and do the things that it's supposed to do. Whether it's through chiropractic, through nutrition, there's a lot we can do in holistic health to support our bodies. And so if you guys need more information, there are a lot of pages you can follow, but you can certainly follow me on social media. I post on there some wellness tips to just help people, and you can feel free to reach out. You can text or call that number, or reach out, on social media if you have any questions for me. I would love to be a part of your wellness journey. And I'm wishing all the viewers and families out there a very successful new school year.
Thank you, Dr. D. And it's really a pleasure. And
Thank
it is
you,
a joy
Alfie.
to have you on this platform. And thank you for coming here and so willingly and ready to share your expertise with our followers. And hopefully, we'll pick up more followers, knowing that we have such uh, great information that will be passing along to them. Because at Joy, it's not all about receiving, but we also want to be able to share with our viewers, our followers, so that they can also benefit from the great work that this organization that is doing. So with that said, you know, my message to everyone that will be watching this or who are watching right now is to say thank you for continuing to support Joy by showing up, watching this video. It means a lot to us. But also, I just want to wish all children and all parents whom their kids are going back to school a successful and a productive school year and a healthy year at school as well. We know that everybody is concerned not only about the nutrition this time around or about the new school or about the new teacher, but I know that everybody is also concerned about the COVID. So I'm just wishing everyone a healthy school year. With that said, I'm going to play a quick video. Since we're talking about children today, I'm going to play a quick video on a couple of our Joy Pals, just sharing. Because, these kids, we need to take good care of them. We need to make sure that they're healthy because they are our future. They are our Dr. D tomorrow. They are our presidents. They are our legislatures. They are basically our everything. If we don't take care of them now, who would take care of us when we need care the most? So it's important to make sure that they are healthy and they can live on years to be able to care for us, just like we are caring for them. So again, we have this Joy Pal, again, kids that decided that they want to help other kids just like them to thrive. And they sponsor kids to make sure they stay in school. But I'm just going to give you a quick video about them.
Hi, my name is Bubakar Sanko. I'm 11 years old.
And I'm his sister. I'm Nicola Sanko, and I'm 14 years old. And today we're going to talk to you a little bit about joy. How did you find out about joy? And what do you know about it?
So I actually found out about it recently, like a couple months ago. I was talking to my dad on how I was planning to spend my money on the local masjid to donate. And then he told me that I should probably donate to Joy instead. And then he told me about the work they do and how they do it and where. And then I got inspired to donate and become a sponsor.
So how do people benefit from joy?
Joy recipients benefit in multiple ways. One way is financially for their educational needs, hygiene care, and clean drinking water.
If you were to convince me to become a sponsor like you, what would you say?
Well, I'm fortunate enough, thanks to my parents, to provide me with all the resources I need to be successful in life. I want the same opportunity for all the other kids that aren't as fortunate as I am. Therefore, when you donate to Joy, you give a kid that same opportunity.
To all our viewers, thank you for watching. And you all have a great and a safe weekend. Till next week.